the smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithy.
Hi, this is Cole Smithy with ColeSmithy.com, and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. 2011 is the year of apocalypse in cinema. The Tree of Life, Take Shelter, and Melancholia each offer differing versions of Earth's waning days. Lars von Trier evinces consolation for the end of planet Earth and all its evil inhabitants in the form of a colossal planet called Melancholia traveling on an elliptical collision course. Von Trier opens the film with one of the most haunting and lushly composed sequences ever captured on film. Kirsten Dunst's Justine placidly observes in hyper-slow motion as electricity flows between an overcast sky and her fingertips. Black birds fall around her like dead messengers of a funeral procession. Dunst's delicate features are filled with stern ambivalence. As she reveals through her actions during the night of her wedding party, Justine's atheism has prepared her well to live out the final hours of human existence with a composure calculated to allow for whatever choices she might make. Telling off her demanding boss and cheating on her doting husband of just a few hours are obligatory actions. Justine is an anti-heroine without a trace of superficiality. She's a lying, cheating hypocrite just like everyone else. The difference is she admits it to herself. If Justine sounds like an alter ego for the filmmaker who shook the 2011 Cannes Film Festival so much that he was thrown out of the festival for his incendiary comments during a press conference, she most certainly is. Had the jury at Cannes chosen von Trier's superior Melancholia over Terrence Malick's cluster bomb The Tree of Life in spite of von Trier's persona non grata status, then justice would have been served. As with all of von Trier's films, Melancholia will divide audiences. Atheist viewers can take special pleasure in von Trier's exquisitely uncompromising vision. After all, what's a beginning without an end? I give this stunning drama an A+.
I have plenty of women. I have plenty of weapons.
Pitched to the public for its Producers Association to 300, this spectacle-driven tale of myth-based fantasy rightly earns its stripes thanks to a heavy-duty cast that includes the masterful John Hurt as a human-disguised Zeus and Mickey Rourke as an incredibly vicious King Hyperion. Said producers have taken note of criticisms levied against 300 and made significant changes in response. Director Tarsem Sen is a welcome replacement to hit and miss director Zack Snyder, hit with Watchmen and miss with Sucker Punch. Gone is the fetishistic adoration of the exposed male physique, which sent 300 into the realm of camp, in favor of truly breathtaking scenes of spectacle in the context of a story that actually holds together. Neptune splashes down to Earth, setting off an unforgettable tsunami which crashes against a cliff's shoreline with gigantic, mind-boggling ferocity. It's one of the first times in recent memory that such a scene excited me so much as an audience member that I was momentarily shaken out of my critic mindset. Greek peasant Theseus, played by Henry Cavill, is handpicked by the mortal incarnation of Zeus, played by John Hurt, to take up arms against King Hyperion, played by Mickey Rourke, who, with the help of his enormous army, is wiping out everything in his path in search of the all-empowering golden bow that will destroy humanity. The sadistic King Hyperion is like a cross between British Petroleum, Bernie Madoff, Alan Greenspan, and Dick Cheney. Only the magical Epirus bow can release an army of titans imprisoned in a giant cubical cell buried in Mount Teratos, where they wait to be brought back to life so they can take revenge against the gods who put them there. The catch is that the gods who defeated the titans are sworn not to interfere with human matters, even if it means allowing Hyperion to obtain the powerful bow. Lush compositions of magnificent iconic imagery are captured by cinematographer Brendan Galvin. The action that occurs includes numerous decapitations and scenes of erotic sensuality that temporarily alleviate the bone-crushing violence on hand. Immortals is a big-screen popcorn movie to send off 2011 with a bang. Taste the fury. I give this good mythic fantasy adventure a B. Co-writer-director Jose Padilla's fiery sequel to his right-leaning Elite Squad digs deeper this time around into Rio de Janeiro's culture of crime and corruption through the seen-it-all eyes of returning protagonist Nascimento. Too many years on Brazil's paramilitary BOP squad, think SWAT, have left Lieutenant Colonel Nascimento unable to control his own men. Nascimento's top pupil, Captain Andre Mateus, proves too quick to employ BOP's ingrained shoot-first rule of engagement during a prison uprising. A dead gang leader's blood winds up on the shirt of leftist civil servant Fraga, played by Arantir Santos, even as he negotiates a truce. To address public outrage in response to pressure from human rights activists, Nascimento is promoted to the desk job of Subsecretary of Intelligence, where he heads the city's wiretap program. Quicksilver editing by Daniel Rezende works with Lula Cavallo's instinctive cinematography to mask the film's crutch of voiceover-heavy narration, which overstates the film's subtext. Rio's criminal drug cartels are now run by corrupt politicians and dirty cops who leech blood money from the impoverished favelas with impunity. A right-wing television host works his Bill O'Reilly-styled brand of hate-mongering. Put through the filter of its association with American media propaganda, the monologue sequences drip with irony and sarcasm. Nascimento must also contend with the fact that his ex-wife Roseanne, played by Maria Ribeiro, and mother of his teenage son, has remarried Nascimento's fiercest rival, leftist intellectual Fraga. Elite Squad: The Enemy Within is a vast improvement over the franchise's first installment because it puts more emphasis on the emotional cost of political, economic, and military corruption. One civilian's terrorist is another's occupying military policeman. The Enemy Within is the fraudulent system that treats citizens as disposable property to be exploited for whatever profit can be squeezed out. As Brazil eats itself from the inside out, so too does Europe, China, and the United States, sacrificing decency to line the coffers of its elite enemy within. It couldn't be spelled out any clearer. I give this memorable Brazilian crime drama a B+. My sleeper pick is Werner Herzog's Into the Abyss, and my guilty pleasure pick is The Conquest. My must-have DVDs are Harry Potter: The Complete Collection Years 1 through 7 from Warner Brothers, Bellflower from Oscilloscope Labs, and Krzysztof Kieslowski's Three Colors, Blue, White, and Red from the Criterion Collection. Writer-director John Sayles' 1983 follow-up to his impressive debut with The Return of the Secaucus 7 is an important touchstone of lesbian cinema.
Now, I'm sure you've been wondering all through class what this little message on the board...
Written with his trademark keen ear for dialogue, Sayles seamlessly blends character study with social expose. Linda Griffiths plays Lianna, a naive New Jersey housewife to the aptly named Dick, played by John DeVries, a snobby film studies English professor she met while enrolled in one of his classes. The unhappy pair share an upper-middle-class existence with two children whose attentions Dick turns against their caring mother after the couple split up due to Dick's infidelity. After witnessing Dick engaged in sex with one of his students at a college faculty party, Lianna goes on a date with her gay child psychology professor Ruth, played by Jane Halloran. The rendezvous at Ruth's home affords the pin-up Canadian transplant Lianna an opportunity to freely admit her latent homosexual desires. What follows is one of the most sincere and sensual lesbian sex scenes ever filmed. Whispered inner dialogue from Lianna supplies an added layer of subtext to the sequence. Giddy from the experience, Lianna unwisely informs the egotistical Dick of her sexual experimentation upon his return from the Toronto Film Festival. Outraged beyond reason, Dick unceremoniously kicks Lianna out of the family home to fend for herself. Lianna's liberating but humbling search for self in the New Jersey community beyond the walls of academia reveals manifold situations of hypocrisy that surround her. Ruth proves emotionally unavailable to Lianna. She nonetheless introduces her eager apprentice to the town's active lesbian nightlife scene at a bar called the My Way Tavern. In the midst of fending off advances from horny males, for which Sayles himself performs a role, Lianna takes a small apartment and searches for a job in a depressed market. Sayles has no time for cliches. Supporting characters, such as Lianna's new apartment neighbors, function in the service of the story rather than being allowed to hijack the narrative as would occur in a typical Hollywood film. There's an amateurish stiffness to Linda Griffith's portrayal that suits her character. Lianna is a vulnerable young woman who daringly exposes herself to a world of prejudice and ridicule. The film embraces the fear and joy Lianna experiences with a refreshing openness. It serves as an accurate time capsule of 20th century American lesbian reality that doesn't provide any easy answers to the problems it recognizes. Thanks for watching, and visit ColeSmithy.com for more.
Thank you.